All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 783 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern Atlanta Falcons football. I got to be honest with you, man. It is hard. It's hard not to be mad about what the Falcons done this past, this week so far. Great job. Kirk Cousins, Darnell Mooney. They actually got a tight end in Charlie Warner. I think it's Charlie Warner. Okay, if I got his name wrong, please forgive me. I'm gonna have to look that up to make sure I got it right. But it is very hard, and while I love what they've done so far, I give them an A+. Even with the Achilles injury, even with the money that's being spent, I give them the A+. I just cannot be disappointed with what they have done, because they basically tried to fix all the issues that we have. So with that being said, we're going to talk about that. Before I get started, I know what I can be mad at, and I'm not going to get into that in this show because I want to get more information. Let's see, where is it? I was just talking about it. Coach Howard from Georgia Southern women's basketball, Miss Anita P. Howard, Coach Anita P. Howard, just been, I ain't gonna say she was let go. They part ways. Georgia Southern and Miss Howard, she was a great basketball coach with Georgia Southern. It's going to be hard to replace her. I am upset about it. I can't lie, I am. But I'm mad about that. But nevertheless, we're not going to go into that until I get more information. Nevertheless, we're going to talk about this. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble. Follow me on Rumble, man. I mean, the guys over there on Rumble are pretty much toe-to-toe with the show on YouTube. And Rumble has, roughly 20, 25 followers, man. Come on and join me over there. I would love to get it to 50 or 100. So follow me over there or join me. The link is down in the description. If you're not watching over there on Rumble, it's awesome over there, to be quite honest. You can also listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you're over here on YouTube, I really appreciate it as well. So I'm in all those areas. I can be followed on X at VF Baller. The website is firstandframerates.com. And the website, I already said that. And if you want to support the show, CashApp and PayPal links are below. Let's get into this, man. Kirk Cousins, get signed with the Falcons. I really like the pick. The pick was, I'm not the pick, but the pickup, it was actually what was needed. I mean, you got to understand that the Falcons needed a quarterback. So, I mean, I'm not going to go all into that again because, we've been there. And then we turn right back around and get, we did pick up a tight end, and I want to make sure I get his name right because I know his last name is Warner, but I want to get that right as well. So we did pick up Warner, and I want to say it's Charlie Warner. So we did pick him up, and that was absolutely awesome because we needed another tight end because we don't know what was going to go on with Pruitt, don't know what was going to go on with Fisk. And so we end up getting somebody that's basically two guys in one. So with that being said, we pick him up, and then we turn around and get Darnell Mooney, which is pretty much, he can be a wide receiver number 2. He's going to complement Drake, or we could still be in the running for another receiver because I think we only got 4 receivers on the team right now. So that's not a good look. We need at least about 3 more. And we're probably going to end up getting about 3 or 4 more before it's all said and done. So with that being said, man, look, I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. And we're going to continue to make moves. And I think that the Falcons are going to be very formidable, not only in the NFC South, but when you look at the NFC in general, there are moves being made all over. A lot of guys that we thought that was going to be, stand pat and be with certain teams. But some of them are moving. Some of them are moving out of the NFC South, which does somewhat make the job a little bit easier for the Falcons. Brian Burns is gone now, and then you also have I think was it Brian Burns and somebody else from the NFC South left. But I mean, I know Jameis Winston gone, but that's not that big of a deal. But you look at what's going on overall, the Buccaneers are trying to stand pat with the team that they have, but they lost some cornerbacks as well. So we're doing more addition. There's a lot of teams are there in the NFC South that actually adding to, but they're not adding to as significant as we are. We basically got the best quarterback in the NFC South, even with the Achilles injury. I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to be fine. I know the front office, they probably did their due diligence prior to saying, hey, we're going to bring him in. because the Achilles was an issue. I know good and well they wouldn't give him the contract. So there's a lot going on here. And, with that being said, you just got to give kudos to the Falcons. I give them an A+. I mean, what other quarterback he was going to go after? I mean, he probably wasn't going to move up, especially after what the Patriots just did. The first three quarterbacks, basically all three of them were the guys that we could want, are probably going to be gone by, pick number 4. By pick 4, the first three quarterbacks, Drake May, you got Jaden Daniels, you have Caleb Williams. They're probably already going to be gone. And you don't want to take that risk knowing that a guy like Kirk Cousins was sitting there and he ended up back in Minnesota or something. I'll give Terry Fontenot a lot of credit for what he's doing. And, there's also other noise out there that he actually tried to get Danielle Hunter. And I think Danielle Hunter ended up going to the Texans, I think I'm looking at that right. It's just something like they're actually trying to make it happen. And I gotta give them, a lot of props. Shaquille Barrett is leaving the NFC South. He's going to the Dolphins. So look, a lot of these guys are picking up, elsewhere. So it's like, what are we doing here? The Falcons have done their due diligence, compared to all the other quarterbacks that was out there, we got the best one. And I know it costs money to get quarterbacks. It does. We got a pretty solid receiver as well. We got a solid tight end to be on the other side of Kyle Pitts. So it's like, it's very tough. Like I said, it's very tough to sit here and be like, I don't like this, I don't like that. But, come on, guys. It's really hard, to be honest. It's really hard to be mad at what we have. If you want to, if you're mad, it's kind of like you want to be mad, because this stuff here is what we're putting together is actually pretty nice. Would have never thought that a Kirk Cousins would be here. Would have never thought that a Darnell Mooney would have been here, and we still got all of our picks. What are we gonna do with the picks that we have? Is to be quite honest, we can damn near go for the best player available. I'm not saying that we will, but we nearly could go for the best player available. So it is very, very cool to see that the Falcons are headed in this direction, and the direction that they're going in is to be honest with you, it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's very difficult to sit here and be like, what are we doing here? There's also been reports out now. Siran Neal, the cornerback for the Bills, could be looking into coming to the Falcons, could be visiting. So we still got more stuff going on with the Falcons. It is very, very exciting right now. I am extremely excited about what we got going on. I cannot be more excited. I'm just looking at now, what are we going to do in the draft? What's his name? Does Calais Campbell come back just for depth? You bring in another cornerback. You bring another edge rusher. I would think he would come back. He doesn't have to play as much. Bring him in on third down situations, or you bring him in on when it's going to be a passing down situation. And then you do that. He's going to be happy, and you're going to get good production out of him. I think he did pretty good. So the thing about it is, man, we are in good shape. You know what I mean? We just got to be honest. We are in pretty good shape. I like what we got going on here, and it's very hard to be mad at it. I understand some people are so about it, or whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. And cool. I get it. So it's fine. It's fine. They did exactly what they needed to do to handle certain things as far as the positions that needed the most help, and actually try to bolster up the situation where the quarterback himself will have the most weapons as possible. And it's not over yet. We still could get us some more people in free agency. We also could turn right back around and do some great things in the draft. So we're good money, man. We're good. Now, and I didn't even talk about getting, Nate Landman back and all the other things behind that. So we'll see. We'll see. So y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast with your fans or your friends, other fans of the Falcons. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit me up on Rumble. Join me over there on Rumble if you haven't. First and Frame Rates is pretty easy to find. And also, if you want to follow me on X, I am at VF Baller. Website's firstandframerates.com. If you want to support the show, Cash App and PayPal links are below. And we're gonna get up out of here. All right, y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. All right, y'all. Peace.